Hello hookers, welcome back to Inspired by a Smile. This is Christy, and today I want to show you how to make a cute little rubber ducky out of embroidery floss. Here's my first one that I made, looking really cute. With a little tail. So you can also make these in many colors. I chose to make this one original. So if you have a 2mm hook and some embroidery floss or any kind of yarn, let's get started. Alright, so I've got my hook here and my floss. You can definitely make this in different sizes and different material. So if you have acrylic yarn or whatever too, that would work. Just upsize your hook. But to make it this size, it's actually the same size as an actual rubber ducky. I compared it to my daughter's, so these will come out the same size as that. So right now I'm just doing a chain of 4, and I'm going to join at the end with a slip stitch. And this is going to be like a magic circle. I don't do them the regular way. You can make yours however you want. So now I'm going to just do a chain, and I'm going to do 10 half double crochet into the circle. And you want to crochet over the little piece of thread so that you can pull it tight when you're done. And again, that's 10 half double crochet into the circle. While you're doing that, I would like to thank everyone for watching my videos so far. I really do appreciate it. If you can, go over on the video and hit the like button. It'll help keep the video boosted in the algorithm for other people to see. And if you haven't yet, please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel with notifications on. And if you're watching from Facebook, just make sure you're following my page and check for videos there too. If you want to follow me on any of my other socials, do a one-time donation on PayPal or subscribe to my Facebook page or Patreon. Those are all linked at the top of my YouTube channel and under my profile picture on my Facebook page if you want to check any of those out. It's never expected for donations or subscriptions, but it does help and really appreciate it as well. But just watching my videos means the world to me and helps just as much. Also, if you do need help with any of my tutorials, please reach out to me on any of my platforms. I'm here to help. And I do take tutorial requests as well. If you don't see something on my channel that you want to make, let me know. And I also like to see pictures or videos of your finished projects, so show me those as well if you can. I really appreciate it and love seeing your work. Alright, so now we're at the beginning of the row. I'm going to do 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. I'm actually in the wrong stitch though, so let's fix that. Awesome. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and then you're going to put a stitch marker here. If you need to move yours, do so. I'm going to leave mine here. I just can see where the rows end, so it's one thing that comes in handy with freehanding. You kind of just get used to certain things and can see things. Alright, so now continuing, you're going to do 2 half double crochet in the same stitch again. And you're going to do this for the continuation of the row. So I'll do one more, and I'm going to just turn off the video and skip ahead. So 2 half double crochet, same stitch all the way around for this row, guys. Awesome. Alright, so now we're at the beginning of this row. So you want to do 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So 1, 2, 1 half double crochet all the way around till you get to the end of the row. So just keep going like that. 1/2 double crochet one stitch, 2 in the same stitch for the next one. I'll meet you back when we're done this row here. Alright, so now we're on the last increase row. I actually I messed up a little and didn't write this row down in my book, so we almost didn't do this row here, but I fixed it. Luckily I have my duck that I was already done, so I was able to check the bottom to see what I did wrong. So for this row, you want to do 1/2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 in the same stitch. So 1 1 2 1 1 2 all the way around, and it's the last increase row. So again, 1/2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches each in a row, and then you do 2 in the same stitch, and you want to repeat that all the way to the end of the row. Awesome. Alright guys, so now we're at the end of that row. You're going to start forming the tail. So we're going to do that right now. I'll show you how to start this, and then it'll be different each row. So after you're done that row, up to the end of it, you want to do a double crochet. If you need to mark, please do so. I just can see what I'm doing and that, so I just leave my stitch marker. So after that double crochet, do a triple crochet in the next one. And then this one is a little bit weird. It's basically 5, as you can see, because you're going to do 4 chains before you finish this. So instead of a triple, it's like I don't even know what you call this. But I did this 5 times. This is the 5th. There we go. And my thread is being weird. This is the only row that uses these weird stitches. The rest are normal. I don't even know what to call this, if it even has a name, so I just did it. So now I'm going to do a chain, and in the same stitch as that one, you want to do the same thing. So again, it's like a chain of 4 before you do the last one, so it's basically 5 instead of a triple. It's an extended triple, I guess you would say. So there's 4, and then ending on the 5th. Done that one. It's a bit weird, but once you turn it inside out, I'm just fixing it here. Once you turn it inside out as well, you don't even see that little weird piece of thread there that you just saw. I'm really excited that I finally got to do this tutorial as well, because I've been itching to make a rubber duck for a very long time, and I do plan on ducking some Jeeps this summer. If you haven't heard of that, you just go around putting a duck on someone's Jeep saying that they've been ducked, and usually you use rubber ones, but they're gonna get a little surprise and have some handmade ducks on their Jeep. It's going to be quite fun. I already have 4 made, I think it is. So anyway, after that little weird, those 2 weird stitches, in the next one do a triple crochet. And now a double crochet in this one here, and then we're done forming the tail for this row. Now you're going to do a half double crochet in each stitch up until we get to the tail, and I'll show you at the end how far you go with these half double crochet. You don't go all the way to the end though. There's like a few stitches before it, which I'll show you when we get there. So just keep going though. You're going to do half double crochet all the way around, and you may just have to tear out a couple stitches when you're done the row if you got too far ahead. Okay guys, so we're at the tail. Now you want to do a half double crochet up into the last two stitches here before the weird peak, I guess you would call it, where those two weird stitches are. So if you went too far, just rip out two. So you want to do two, you're going to do a double crochet in the next two stitches here. And then in the end, you're going to do a double crochet, a chain, and then double crochet all in the same stitch. And I guess, yeah, at the end of this one, it'll be basically, actually, let me just see here, I'm going to check my notes. So after that tip of the tail, you want to do a double crochet in the next two stitches. So again, it's a double, chain, double, all in the same stitch, and then a double crochet in the next two stitches. So these actually, this row here coming up, you want to do a half double crochet. You can go all the way to the end if you want, or just wait till I get there to show you, but you're going to do a half double crochet all the way around up until that weird tail part. I'll come back in though, I think, to show you guys. So go and do a half double crochet all the way around to the beginning. Alright, so this is at the beginning. I did leave a couple stitches again, but these next two, this row and the next row are going to be the same. So we already did the row with half double crochet. Or sorry, the last row was double crochets. So right now it's actually going to be half double crochet in those two stitches, and in the end you're going to do a half double crochet, chain one, half double crochet, all in the same stitch. And again, we're going to do another row exactly the same after this one. So I won't be showing the other row because it's the same one. So you want to just keep going around with half double crochets, and when you get to the tail again, you're going to do the exact same thing as what I just did here. And then get all the way up to the tip of the tail and leave room. I'll show you actually where you need to leave room at the end, because we're starting to decrease. I think you have to leave 4 at the end. So 2 rows the exact same as this one, guys. Alright, so you gotta leave a little bit more room. That's my 2 rows with half double crochet only. Add it on. Now we're going to start decreasing. So you have to leave a little bit more room before the tip. So you actually need 4 stitches available here. So if you went a bit too far, just tear a couple out. You need room to do the decrease, so it takes up a little bit of room. So you're going to go into this one, start doing a half double crochet, don't finish it, then go in the next stitch and just do that. Now it's finished off. So in the next 2 stitches, just do a regular half double crochet. I'll show you how to do that again before I leave off to finish this row. So in the tip, you're going to do a half double crochet, a chain, and then another half double crochet, all in the same stitch. Awesome. So on the other side, we want to repeat that. You're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then we're gonna do another decrease. And you want to repeat that sequence all the way around. So you're gonna do 1/2 double crochet in two stitches in the next two stitches, and then a decrease. So again, you go in to do a 1/2 double crochet in the first stitch, don't finish it, and then you go and finish it in the second stitch, just like that. And then you're going to do a 1/2 double crochet in the next two stitches, and then do another decrease. And like I said, you're going to repeat that almost to the end of the row. And then then I'll show you how to do the next row coming up. Alright, so this row is almost the same. See, I stopped at that one decrease, and you need room for 4 stitches, I believe it is here. It's kind of almost hard to see. Yeah, it's 4 stitches. So you're going to do a 1/2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you actually have to do a decrease right before the tip of the tail. So that's why you need to leave room for 4. So you do that decrease just as I explained before. And then right in the tip of the tail, you want to do a 1/2 double crochet, chain, and then 1/2 double crochet all in the same stitch. And then after that, you want to do a decrease again right after the tip. We're almost done this body. So now you're going to do 1/2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. I messed up on those. I think I ended up messing up on it again, guys. I didn't pull through the decrease properly. Yeah, for some reason I wasn't pulling through my thread again. I don't know why. So just make sure you continue doing the decreases the proper way. I ended up fixing it afterward. But again, one in the next 2 stitches, and then decrease again, and at the end of this row, leave room for 4 stitches. And I'll show you what to do with that. So we're almost done. I don't know why I was messing up on these decreases, guys, but do them the way I originally showed you, all the way to the beginning. Alright, so now this is the last half row, I guess you can call it. So that's the last decrease there. So you actually just want to do 1/2 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. I almost went too far on this row, but I noticed luckily, and I ended it, and I just had to do some simple editing to fix the video, thankfully. So there we go, I got 4 stitches there. In the end where the tail is, you're going to do a 1/2 double crochet, a chain, and then 1/2 double crochet all in the same stitch. And then here you want to do 1/2 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. and then we'll be ending this row here. Alright, so we're at the end of that row. Again, it's just after the 4 stitches that we put, just to kind of even it out at the end. So skip a stitch and do a slip stitch. And leave the tail long enough. I almost didn't leave it long enough. But you need to leave that long enough because you got to sew up the back of the duck to make the tail. You'll see when we get there. Again, guys, I would like to thank everyone for watching. I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos. I love making them for you. If you can, please hit the like button at any point during the video. It really is appreciated and goes a long way. And if you haven't, please make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications on my channel, or if you're watching from Facebook, just simply follow my page. And keep an eye out for more videos and fun content. And if you want to follow me on any of my other socials, they're all linked at the top of my YouTube channel or under my profile picture on my Facebook page. So as you can see, I took out my stitch marker and turned this inside out. Awesome. And again, guys, please don't be afraid to reach out for help if you need it. I'm here, and I love answering your questions. So this is what it looks like for now. Kind of almost like a little mini boat. So we're done that. We'll move on to the wings. Alright, here's one of the wings made already. They're really easy. So here I'm going to chain 10. Again, it's a chain of 10. Awesome. So now just grab the chain. I'm going to go in the back bumps of them. Do one more chain and go in the second from the hook, and you're going to do a triple crochet. And you're going to do that in the next 3 stitches total. So again, that's a triple crochet in the next 3 stitches. That makes it a lot easier to crochet in the back bumps. So try and do it that way. As long as your back bumps aren't too tight, it'll go in really easy. Awesome. Now in the next 2 stitches, you want to do a double crochet. Or slowly decrease down with the stitches here. So the next 2 double crochet. Alright, and this is a half double crochet. You want to do that in the next stitch as well. And then in the next 2 stitches you want to do a single crochet. Awesome. Now in the last stitch you're going to do just a slip stitch. You can pull that a little bit tighter. So now literally just gonna go, after we're done that side, you're gonna go into the bottom stitch there and do a slip stitch. Make sure you're in the right stitch or else it's not gonna line up. And if you have to fix it, make sure you fix it. So that was the one slip stitch, and then now you want to go on, you're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. You'll be able to tell if it's off too, because your stitches should all line up with each other here. I keep having to fix my wings on some of mine, so it happens. So after that, you want to just do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. I'm pretty sure I messed up myself. Like I said, it's quite noticeable if you do. I'm just going to fix that and get back on track. I wasn't quite in the last stitch there to do the slip stitch, so again, guys, if you would like to see something on my channel that's not there, please let me know. I love taking tutorial requests, and I do love seeing your finished projects. It's awesome when people send me pictures of them. I love seeing what you guys do with my tutorials. Every creation is so unique. So just starting back at the beginning here, I just got to do my single crochets and get back to the half doubles, and then we can continue from where I left off. So 2 half double crochet, and then in the next 2, and then 2 double crochet, which is what I'm working on right now, looks like. And now the last 3 stitches are the triples. Awesome. So now you can kind of see in the middle where the two triples join. You want to do 2 double crochet in this spot here. It helps form the end of the wing to make it more round. So now I'm going to show you how to start the edge. I'll come back in to show you how to do the tip as well. So you want to just go and do a slip stitch into the top stitch here. Closes it off, and do a chain, and then we're going to do a simple single crochet edge around it. So in the top of the stitches, you're going to do single crochet in each one. I'm just going to show you how to start the side, and then I'll come back in to show you what I do at the tip there, because I want to make sure that you guys see that. Awesome. So just keep going. Single crochet all the way to the end, and then in the tip we're going to do something different. So go to here. Alright, so we're at the tip. So at the very end of this here, you're going to do a single crochet. You want to keep the form of that. So single crochet, chain, and then single crochet in the same stitch. Awesome. So now you're just gonna, you can move that little thread out of the way, and then do a single crochet in the next stitches up the edge, and you want to do that all the way till you get to the beginning of the row. And then I'll show you how to finish it off. That one little spot can be annoying, has a little tail in the way too. But once you get going again, it's okay. Awesome. So keep going all the way to the beginning of your row. Here it is, all nice and finished. So you go all the way to that's where the end is. This is the beginning stitch, and I'm going to do a slip stitch in there. Now just cut it, leave a long enough tail so you can sew the wing on. Mine's already at the end of my thing of thread, so I'm just going to leave that. And again, make sure that you make 2, guys. Awesome job so far. Alright, I'm going to show you how to make one piece of the beak. They're both the exact same, so I've got one here already. So of course you can make this whatever color you'd like, but I kept all my beaks orange for now at least. So I'm going to do a chain of 6. Again, that's a chain of 6. So flip the chain. We're going to go on the back bumps only again. Grab it, do one more chain, and then in the second one from the hook, you want to do a slip stitch. And then in the next one, you want to do a double crochet. And then in the next 2 stitches, you're going to do a triple crochet. Though that one end kind of looks a little wonky until you sew these on, but it evens itself out after. For some reason that starting slip stitch makes it a little weird. But at the end of the row it's okay. I don't get it either, but it works out in the end. So in the next stitch you want to do a double crochet, and then in the last stitch you want to do a slip stitch. Awesome. So now leave a long enough tail so that you can sew it to the face. Always make sure to leave enough room, because if you cut it too short, it's not good. So leave yourself enough room. So there's one piece, and yeah, we got the other one here. Let's make sure you make 2 of them. Awesome. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to start the head. So chain 4. Again, this is the way I do my magic circle. If you want to do it a different way, by all means, go ahead. I know I do it weird, but it never comes undone. So slip stitch at the end. Now it's closed, and now I'm going to do a chain. And now do 10 half double crochet into the circle. Make sure you crochet over the little piece of thread. Again, you want to do 10 half double crochet into the circle. And then when you're done, you can pull that little piece of thread and make sure that the circle's closed nicely. And again guys, I know I sound like a broken record, but if you could like the video, it's much appreciated. Make sure that you are subscribed with notifications on my channel. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're following me so you get all updates on there. And if you want to follow me on any of my other socials or donations or subscriptions or anything, all the links are at the top of my YouTube channel or under my profile picture on my Facebook page. They're all easy to find. And like I said before, please don't be afraid to reach out for help. And if you have a request for a tutorial or picture of your finished project from my tutorials, I'd love to see those as well. Okay, so we're at the beginning. You're going to do 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. And this is actually the only increase row for this one. And I'm going to put my stitch marker here. Again, if you need to move yours, do it. I don't need to, so I'll be leaving mine here. It's really easy though to notice where the end of the rows are once you get the hang of it. Of course my thread, it keeps tangling on me today. I swear everything always happens once I start recording. Off camera everything goes so smoothly half the time. It's so funny. Okay, just gotta fix the camera. There we go. So 2 in the same stitch. And we're gonna repeat that here. And you're going to do this for the entire row. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch all the way around till you get to the beginning or end. Alright, so again guys, that's the only increase row. Now we're going to do repeat rows, so I'm just going to show you how to start this one. So you're going to do a half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And including this row I'm doing now, you're going to have 6. So again, that's 1/2 double crochet each stitch all the way around, and you want 6 rows total, including this one that we're working on right here. Let's do one more. Awesome. Just keep going 6 rows like that, guys. All right. So now I'm just gonna skip a stitch, and then you want to do a slip stitch. And leave the tail long enough so that you can sew the head onto the body after. So just you can leave that like that there, pull it through. After removing your stitch marker, make sure to turn the head inside out. Awesome. These ducks are so cute when they're done too. I really love them. I'm so happy I'm finally making these. Oh my, I didn't notice that little bug there before. Look at it go. Alright, so now we're going to sew the wings onto the body, guys. Alright, so I went ahead and sewed one on so you can see it. I'll show you how to start this. So you want to line them up. If you want to use pins, you definitely can. I'm just very stubborn and never really... I bought some, I never really actually used them. I'm just going to line it up as best I can. And I just tucked in the little thread at the underneath that's on the bottom here. You just tuck that right underneath it. You don't have to worry about sewing that in or anything. The main part is that your wings line up. If they're a little off, it's okay. It adds character. You want to line them up as best as you can. And just go along the edge of the wing. So you just simply go in and out of the piece. It's real easy. It's also pretty easy to line them up. But if you really want to use pins, go for it. Once you get a couple stitches in, it also stays in place, so it's easier to keep it and hold it on there. So I'm going to go this way with it. You can start whichever way you like. Either go that way or the other way. Again, just keep going along the edge of the piece. Make sure you sew it nice and tight to it as well. Awesome. Just gotta keep that thread out of the way as well. That's on the top to sew the back together. Looking good. Piece has a mind of its own. keep that little piece of thread tucked in underneath so it's not showing and it's gone. Awesome, guys. So just keep going along the edge and I'll show you how to fasten off, okay? Alright. So at the end here, you're just going to take the needle, go right behind the wings so that you can dig this in and just go through a couple times with your needle. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so now I'll just show you actually how to sew up your tail and then we can continue. Again, make sure you cut that long, make sure that's long enough. I almost didn't have enough thread to do this. So I'm just going to go up a little bit with my needle on the inside of the stitches of the duck. You want to pinch your tail like that. And this is really easy to form the tail. You're just going to go in and out through the top of the stitches here. There you go, just like that. And now I want to go back down. It's a little awkward because my thread is like not long enough, but I was able to make it work. So when you're done, the circle on the bottom is basically going to be the same size as the opening of the head at the bottom, if that makes sense. So that'll be all covered up after. Awesome. So much harder when it's not longer. This is why I always stress that you need to make sure your thread is long enough to sew. So now I'm just going to take the duck, I'm going to go on the inside and fasten off. Finally lost my thread here. It's okay. So I'm just going on the inside of the stitches on the inside of the duck and I'm going to pull that through. Awesome. Good job so far, guys. We're almost done. We're on to the next piece. Alright, so this is probably my longest clip for this tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to sew the beak on. So, what I did, what I found helpful was I took the safety eyes and placed them first, you don't have to put the backs on yet because you might want to actually move them when you're done, but it helps as a guide to show where the beak starts and easier to put it on, I found. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to place them here. The beak is basically maybe 3 rows up from the bottom. Alright. So basically just make sure that's in a spot where you want the beak to be too. You could essentially, I guess, put it a little up higher or lower if you want, but that's where I found was a good spot to make it. So now you just want to get rid of the little piece of thread at the end. So I'm just going to tuck it in the back. Awesome. And then just carefully snip that. So just take your beak and you can line it up with the eyeballs. So I'll be going over it twice. I start on the edge here and go in the top of the stitches. There we go, just hold it in place. It's nice and small. I don't think you need any pins for this. So I'm going to go in the top stitches only like that and make sure it's just keep making sure it's lined up with the eyes. And then we'll be going over it one more time. Awesome. And don't worry, this beak is going to actually level itself out once we sew it on. It doesn't look deformed or anything. And like I said too, if your eyes don't completely line up in the end, you can move them before you actually fasten them off. So now you want to go into the end here. There we go. See, it's nice and standing up in that. Now you can go on the inside stitches underneath, and you want to do the same thing till we get to the end. I'm always so worried you just can't actually see what I'm doing when I make these small projects, but my camera, it really actually, it seems like it's farther away from it. Then I watch the video clips and it's reassures me that it sees everything. Awesome. So cute so far. So make sure that it is actually tight enough to the face. I find that helps. I'm actually just going to go over here and do just that. Luckily the beak is small enough you can just take your yarn and go over. Awesome. So now just flip it like this, and you want to go on the inside stitch and fasten off. Alright, now we're going to get at this bottom piece of the beak. I almost forgot to do the little piece of thread, so don't mind me. I realize in a second the error of my raise. So I'm just going to take that and get rid of it. Awesome. Alright, so now let's get that thread through the needle. And we can just line it up with the top part of the beak. It's a little bit easier too. It helps that the top part's on. It helps line it up a lot better. So again, guys, just going to go through this time I'm going through on the top stitch on the bottom first. Just make sure you keep it lined up. So now at the end here, we're just going to make sure that this is actually looking a lot better. You can sew it right into the top part of the beak on the corner, just like this. There we go. Now we're going to go on the inside of the beak, right in the middle here, and you're going to go through the top stitch in there. I don't know if it's it's not that hard to see. So yeah, you're just going to make sure you're grabbing the inside of the stitch. Awesome. This is probably one of the longest clips I've had to do in a while, but I wanted to make sure you guys saw this entire part because it's important. Couldn't really skip ahead on this part, so. So just make sure your beak looks good before you fasten it off. It's looking cute. So again, gonna just sew that to the top so that it's joined a little bit. Makes it look better. There we go. I'm satisfied with that, so we're going to just fasten this off now. We can move on to finishing up this duck. So excited about that. Come on now. So make sure you got that fastened off nicely and just snip that. And do make sure that when you're done, your eyes are where you want them. I don't always have to move them, but I find sometimes with sewing the beak on, it forms it a little bit differently than where you have your eyes, I guess you could say. So in this case, it did go a little bit smaller. So that's why I do not tighten them right away. But they are a good guide. So I'm just going to fix those up before I put the backs on. If you need to see how that's done, I'm going to just wiggle these through until I'm satisfied, which will only take a second. It is a duck. You don't want them too close together, but I found like you want them right at the edge of the beak on both sides. So now I'm just going to do this, and if you haven't placed safety eyes on before, this is how you do it. Easy peasy. Make sure they're on nice and tight. And disclaimer, please don't use them on anything for ages 3 and under because the kids will pop them out and it's a choking hazard. Awesome. Almost done. Alright guys. So I'm going to show you how to stuff these up and then sew the head on and then we're done. So you want to put the stuffing in the body and the head first, of course. Just put enough in there, don't overstuff it, but make sure that there's enough in there. There we go. Awesome, looking good. Don't mind me. I'm just making sure that I have enough stuffing in there, checking stuff here too. Alright, now on to the head. You might have to add a little bit of stuffing into the head as you go, but just make sure you have enough in there to start. You can always add more in if you have to. So far I've added it in each time just a little bit. So this is pretty simple. You're going to line up the beak with the tail. Let me get my thread on here. Once you get it on, you'll see it all lines up. Again, guys, if you do need help, please reach out. I want to help with anything that you need help with. Even if it doesn't have to do with this tutorial and it's just a random crochet question, you can ask me. So just lining it up with the tail, see there's the magic circle hole and then the beak. It all lines up. So now just, if you want to put pins in, of course, go for it. I'm not going to. So just get in those stitches. I'll show you how to start. I go around the head twice, by the way. So just keep it in place. If you don't have pins in, it's pretty easy to hold it. And I'm just going along the edge of the stitches here, in and out. Make sure that it's close enough together. And again, I'm going to go around twice to make sure it's on there nicely. Make sure you don't get any stuffing caught when you're sewing. You know, always tuck it in as you go as well. And like I said, if you have to add a little bit more, you can, which you might have to. Awesome. So yeah, just keep going, guys, and go around twice, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. Alright, all done, except for the fastening off part. It's looking cute. Just love how these turned out. Looks exactly like them. And the color schemes are endless. You should see my daughter's rubber duck collection. She's got so many weird ones that we got out of the claw machine before they sadly got rid of it at our Walmart. She's got some interesting, unique ducks. She even has a really, really big rubber duck. So just simply go in and out like that with your needle. And make sure you pull tight here, and then it'll hide itself into the duck. There we go. Now we have one cute little blue rubber duck here. Just make sure it's all nice and even on the bottom. And here's the first one I made. So cute. And look at those tails. It's a little bit different from my first one. Awesome. Good job, guys. We did it. Yay!